I begin this presentation with the very same words we all do. But until I was given my topic, I never really stopped to reflect on them. What does it mean to offer my humble pranams at Bhagavan's lotus feet? To worship the feet of the Lord is Padasevanam, one of the Navavida Bhaktis, or the 9 paths of devotion that Swami has so lovingly presented to us. This act, like the rest of the Navavida Bhaktis, may seem simple at first, just Pada Namaskaram, right? But the meaning behind this is so much more. As Swami put in his discourse, not all devotees get the opportunity to worship the feet of the Lord. Even when the opportunity is available, most people use it for material purposes. Goddess Lakshmi is the supreme example of one who dedicated herself totally to the worship of the Lord's feet, venerating them as all-pervading. I believe that Swami's intention with this quote is to explain the depth behind Padasevana. We can all bow at the feet of an idol of the Lord, but we cannot all truly worship the feet of the Lord. Padasevanam is not about the act itself, but the intention behind it. It's about complete surrender, offering one's ego, will, and desires all to the lotus feet of the Lord. It is recognizing the Lord as the ultimate support and foundation of all life and living with humility. Worshipping the Lord's... But why the feet? Why do we focus on the feet when the Lord is all-powerful and present everywhere? There are 2 reasons that I believe are the most important. Worshipping the feet, as I mentioned before, is an act of respect and humility. The feet are the lowest part of the body, and touching or bowing to them is a symbolic act of lowering our ego and pride. It's an act of humbling ourselves, which is the first step towards spiritual growth. And secondly, it's often said that blessings and energy flow from the feet. Bowing to the feet invites those blessings from those we perceive as better than ourselves into our lives. Another bhakta that represents this Padasevanam very clearly is Bharata. I am sure by now you have all heard his story, but let me explain why I think he's a great example of Padasevanam. When Rama was exiled to the forest for 14 years, Bharata was devastated. He wanted Rama to stay in Ayodhya, but Rama felt that he had to complete his duty to his father. Instead of claiming the throne to himself, Bharata returned to Ayodhya and placed Rama's sandals on the royal throne as a symbol of Rama's authority. In Bharata's eyes, these were not just sandals, but they were a representation of Rama himself. They were a representation of his righteousness, compassion, and strength. Bharata refuses to sit on the throne himself or crown himself as king. Instead, he humbly submits to Rama's authority by putting Rama's feet as the true ruler. This shows deep surrender, as Bharata's ego and desire for power are completely overpowered by his love for Rama. Instead, in Rama's absence, he begins to act according to how he feels Rama's principles dictate, through righteousness, compassion, and humility. And then he slowly begins to embody the Lord himself. This reflects the essence of Padasevanam, growing closer to the divine through surrender and devoted service. So how can we bring Padasevanam into our daily lives? Do we need to literally worship the feet of the Lord to do so? I believe the answer is no. We can practice Padasevanam by first practicing humility. Approaching others with respect and leaving arrogance and pride behind is a cornerstone to practicing Padasevanam. When we greet someone or serve someone, seeing the divine presence within them is a way we can practice Padasevanam. Second, we can practice Padasevanam by offering selfless service. Doing good, not for reward or praise, but because you feel like it's the right thing to do, is a great way to practice Padasevanam. This aligns our hearts in the spirit of surrender and devotion. Padasevanam teaches us that even in the absence of the Lord, We can stay connected to him through surrender and service. Just as Brother worshipped Rama's feet through his actions, we too can offer every step of our lives at the Lord's feet. Thank you for listening. Jason.